recent years, a noticeable trend has emerged. More young men are choosing to remain single. This shift is not just a fleeting phenomenon but a reflection of deeper societal changes. Today we'll explore the reasons behind this growing pattern, examining the cultural, economic, and personal factors that shape modern relationships. As we journey through this topic, we'll uncover how shifting expectations, career pressures, and evolving social norms all play a role. Let's begin by understanding the landscape of singlehood among young men and what it means in today's world. Society's expectations around relationships have transformed dramatically over the past few decades. Traditional milestones like marriage and starting a family are no longer seen as mandatory steps in adulthood. Young men today often feel less pressure to settle down early, and many are choosing to focus on personal growth or career development instead. This cultural shift has opened up new possibilities, but it has also led to uncertainty about what relationships should look like. As we move forward, let's consider how these changing norms influence the choices young men make. Financial stability is a major concern for many young men. With rising costs of living, student debt, and uncertain job markets, some feel unprepared to take on the responsibilities of a relationship or family. Economic pressures can make the idea of partnership seem daunting, especially when traditional roles expect men to be primary providers. This reality often leads to postponing or avoiding romantic commitments altogether. Next, we'll look at how career ambitions intersect with personal relationships. Many young men, building a successful career takes precedence over romantic pursuits. The drive to achieve professional goals often means long hours, frequent relocations, or unpredictable schedules. These demands can leave little time or energy for dating and relationships. As a result, some men choose to stay single, believing that relationships might hinder their ambitions. Let's now explore how technology has changed the dating landscape. Technology has revolutionized how people connect, but it has also introduced new challenges. Dating apps and social media offer endless options, yet they can make forming genuine connections more difficult. Many young men report feeling overwhelmed by choice or discouraged by superficial interactions online. This digital environment can lead to frustration and ultimately a preference for staying single. Next, we'll examine the role of mental health in this trend. Mental health is an increasingly important factor in relationship decisions. Anxiety, depression, and social isolation can make dating feel overwhelming or unappealing. Some young men may struggle with self-esteem or fear of rejection, leading them to avoid romantic pursuits. The stigma around mental health is slowly fading, but many still find it difficult to seek help or open up about their struggles. As we continue, let's discuss how shifting gender roles affect relationships. Gender roles are no longer as rigid as they once were. Expectations for men and women in relationships have shifted, leading to confusion or uncertainty about how to approach dating. Some young men feel unsure about what is expected of them, while others embrace the freedom to define their own roles. This evolution can be empowering, but it also adds complexity to modern relationships. Next, we'll look at how social circles and friendships play a part. Strong friendships can provide emotional support and a sense of belonging, sometimes reducing the desire for romantic relationships. Many young men find fulfillment in close-knit friend groups, hobbies, or shared interests. These connections can be just as meaningful as romantic partnerships, offering companionship and understanding. As we move on, let's consider how past experiences shape attitudes toward dating. Negative experiences in previous relationships can have a lasting impact. Heartbreak, betrayal, or disappointment may lead some young men to avoid dating altogether. The fear of repeating past mistakes or getting hurt again can be a powerful deterrent. On the other hand, positive experiences can also set high expectations that are difficult to meet. Next, we'll explore how media influences perceptions of relationships. Movies, TV shows, and social media often portray idealized versions of love and relationships. These images can create unrealistic expectations, making real-life dating feel disappointing by comparison. Young men may feel pressure to live up to these standards or become disillusioned when reality doesn't match the fantasy. As we continue, let's look at the role of independence and personal fulfillment. Many young men, independence is a top priority. The freedom to make decisions, pursue interests, and live life on their own terms is highly valued. Relationships can sometimes be seen as limiting or demanding, leading some to choose singlehood as a way to maintain autonomy. This desire for independence is not necessarily a rejection of relationships, but rather a reflection of changing priorities. Next, we'll discuss how family dynamics influence relationship choices. Family upbringing and parental relationships can shape attitudes toward dating and commitment. Young men who witness conflict or divorce may be more cautious about entering relationships themselves. Conversely, those from supportive families might feel more confident but also more selective. Family expectations can also play a role, either encouraging or discouraging early partnerships. As we move forward, let's examine the influence of education and personal development. Pursuing higher education and personal growth often takes precedence for young men today. The desire to build skills, gain knowledge, and achieve personal goals can delay or deprioritize romantic relationships. Education opens new opportunities but also demands time and focus. As we continue, let's look at how social anxiety and shyness impact dating. Social anxiety and shyness can make dating a daunting prospect. Approaching new people, initiating conversations, or navigating social situations may feel overwhelming for some young men. This can lead to avoidance of dating altogether, reinforcing a cycle of isolation. Understanding and addressing these challenges is crucial for building confidence and healthy relationships. Next, we'll discuss the impact of online communities. Rise of online communities offers young men new ways to connect and find belonging. Forums, gaming groups, and social networks can provide support and friendship, sometimes replacing the need for romantic relationships. While these spaces can be positive, they can also reinforce isolation if they discourage offline interactions. Let's now explore how personal values shape relationship choices. Personal values play a significant role in relationship decisions. Some young men prioritize freedom, adventure, or career over settling down. Others may have strong beliefs about what makes a fulfilling life, choosing to remain single until they find a partner who shares their outlook. These priorities are deeply individual and reflect the diversity of modern experiences. Next, we'll look at how fear of commitment influences singlehood. Fear of commitment is a common reason some young men avoid relationships. The idea of long-term responsibility or the possibility of losing personal freedom can be intimidating. This fear may stem from past experiences, societal pressures, or uncertainty about the future. Addressing these concerns requires self-reflection and open communication. As we continue, let's examine the influence of pop culture. Pop culture shapes our ideas about love, masculinity, and relationships. Movies, music, and celebrities often promote certain lifestyles or attitudes that may not reflect reality. Young men may internalize these messages, affecting how they view themselves and their relationship prospects. Recognizing the difference between entertainment and real life is key to forming healthy expectations. Next, we'll discuss the role of self-esteem. Self-esteem plays a crucial role in dating and relationships. Young men with low confidence may doubt their attractiveness or worthiness as partners, leading them to avoid romantic pursuits. Building self-esteem takes time and often involves overcoming negative self-talk or past setbacks. Support from friends, family, or professionals can make a big difference. As we move forward, let's look at how the search for meaning influences singlehood. Many young men are on a quest to find purpose and meaning in their lives. This search can take precedence over romantic relationships as they focus on self-discovery, travel, or creative pursuits. The desire to understand oneself and the world often leads to periods of intentional singlehood. Next, we'll discuss how societal pressures can both encourage and discourage relationships. Society sends mixed messages about relationships. On one hand, there's pressure to find a partner and settle down. On the other, there's encouragement to focus on personal success and independence. Navigating these conflicting expectations can be confusing for young men, leading some to opt out of dating altogether. As we continue, let's look at how the fear of rejection impacts relationship choices. Fear of being rejected can be a powerful deterrent to pursuing relationships. Young men may worry about embarrassment, failure, or not measuring up to others' expectations. This fear can lead to avoidance and reinforce the choice to stay single. Overcoming it often requires building resilience and learning to view rejection as a normal part of life. Next, we'll examine how hobbies and passions influence singlehood. Pursuing hobbies and passions can be deeply fulfilling, sometimes reducing the desire for romantic relationships. Whether it's sports, art, music, or travel, these activities offer joy, purpose, and a sense of achievement. For some young men, investing time in their interests feels more rewarding than dating. As we move on, let's discuss how personal boundaries play a role. Establishing personal boundaries is essential for healthy relationships, but it can also lead some young men to remain single. The desire to protect one's time, energy, or emotional well-being may result in avoiding commitments that feel overwhelming. Setting boundaries is a sign of self-respect and can help clarify what one truly wants. Next, we'll look at how the desire for adventure influences relationship choices. Urge to explore, travel, and experience new things can make settling down less appealing. Young men who value adventure may prioritize freedom and spontaneity over long-term commitments. This lifestyle offers excitement and growth, but it can also make it challenging to maintain stable relationships. As we continue, let's discuss how trust issues affect dating. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Past betrayals or disappointments can make it difficult for some young men to trust others, leading to reluctance in pursuing new relationships. Building trust takes time and vulnerability, which can be challenging for those who have been hurt before. Next, we'll explore how the desire for self-sufficiency shapes singlehood. Many young men take pride in being self-sufficient, managing their own lives without relying on a partner. This independence can be empowering, but it may also reduce the perceived need for a relationship. The ability to handle challenges alone is often seen as a sign of strength. As we move forward, let's discuss how the fear of vulnerability influences dating choices. Opening up emotionally can be difficult, especially for those who have been taught to hide their feelings. The fear of being vulnerable or getting hurt may lead some young men to avoid relationships altogether. Learning to express emotions and build trust is key to overcoming this barrier. Next, we'll look at how the desire for control affects relationship decisions. Young men prefer to maintain control over their lives and decisions, which can make the unpredictability of relationships unappealing. The desire for control may stem from past experiences or a need for stability. While this approach can provide security, it may also limit opportunities for connection. As we approach the conclusion, let's reflect on the diversity of reasons behind singlehood. Reasons why so many young men are staying single are complex and varied. From shifting social norms and economic pressures to personal values and mental health, each individual's journey is unique. What's clear is that singlehood is no longer seen as a failure or a problem to be fixed, but as a valid and sometimes empowering choice. As society continues to evolve, so too will our understanding of relationships and what it means to live a fulfilling life, whether single or partnered.